What's happening, guys? I didn't want this test ride to end, man. This is one of those times when a bike just fits me just right, man. This thing is a stunning world-class frame-up custom chopper by my good friend Johnny Moore at Fat City Choppers. He's recently closed his shop. Came upon some tough times with, well, actually, he's sick. He's in the hospital right now. I won't get into the details, but and unfortunately, he's liquidating the assets of his shop. This is one of his clients' bikes. He asked me to sell it for him, so we're selling this on consignment. This bike was purchased in 2007 for an out-the-door price with the paint job of $38,000. Plug that into your inflation calculator. That was 13 years ago, and you're going to come up with $50,000. That's what was invested in this bike. The gentleman who owns it is a doctor. He actually is a PhD, so money was not an issue. He went to Johnny and he said, Johnny, I want a bike I can ride to Sturgis. I want a badass chopper. So Johnny said, there's no other way to go but a pro street. Got to have a Softail in the back with the twin shocks. It looks like a hardtail, but this has got the rear suspension just like on a Harley-Davidson Softail. And it's got the 240 rear tire, massive rear tire. Gary got to pick everything on this bike. Johnny coached him through it. Starting with the heart of the fire-breathing Dragon, 96-inch cubic inch S&S super stock engine with the S&S carb, S&S cam. This is putting down 100 rear wheel horsepower through a upgraded 6-speed transmission. It's a $4,000 transmission in primary. The 6-speed, man, it is the bomb. When you're on the highway doing 65 miles an hour, you still got one gear left. This will cruise all day long at 80 miles an hour. Now, Gary, being a doctor, had a pretty busy schedule. Obviously, he didn't ride the bike that much. It's in really nice shape. I don't know the actual mileage on it. He told me how to check it on the odometer, but I couldn't figure it out. Well, let's see if we can get to him. He made a couple changes to the bike after he got it. He had the rear license plate mount changed, and it used to be on a side mount. He had that molded into the fender. He had the backrest molded in. This was set up so him and his wife could ride it together. It's very comfortable for the passenger. Most badass choppers aren't comfortable for the rider or the passenger. This is one of those unique instances where, because it's a balanced S&S engine, there's very little vibration with the belt drive, the long travel forks in the rear suspension, a nice comfy seat. I felt as comfy as I did riding Kyle's grandfather's Road King. The thing's that comfortable. Now, Gary's a tall guy. He's 6'3". I'm 6'2". This bike was built for a taller guy. If you're below 5'2", 5'4", you're probably not going to be as comfortable on it. But if you're a 6-footer, this thing's going to fit you like a glove. Some of the changes he made also are the highway. You almost never see highway bars on a chopper. I love it. Absolutely takes the pressure off of your back. If you've got back issues, listen, I'm 55 years old. I've been riding bikes my whole life. I am not riding hardtails anywhere except to the bar and back. If I'm going to get on a bike and ride up to Laconia or to Maracade, I got to have suspension front and rear and a nice cushy seat, and I need highway pegs. Those are a prerequisite. And I also need a windshield. Guess what? This has a custom quick dismount windshield that comes with it. It's got everything you need. You can throw a set of over-the-seat bags, and you got yourself not only a pro street. I mean, what is the definition of pro street? Pro street is supposed to be a frame that's designed for quarter-mile times. It's got a 40-degree rake front end. Look at the front end from the side profile. It's 2 inches out and 2 inches up. 40-degree rake, 41-millimeter chrome forks, long travel forks, spring and oil dampened forks, chrome lowers, chrome triple trees. Everything's chrome. 10-inch risers with the drag bar pullbacks, custom mirrors, custom brake and clutch lever drilled, custom big giant chrome headlight. The whole world reflects off of it. Gary got to pick out these mags. These are badass matching mags front and rear. Look at the size of the rear. It's a 240 rear tire. It's freaking massive. But this is probably one of the, I'm going to say, the best handling big tire chopper I've ridden. And I kind of hesitate to call it a chopper. It fits that character, but it is a pro street bike, which means it was built for performance. 100 horsepower, 6-speed transmission, performance brakes front and rear, mag wheels, comfy seat, nice big 5-gallon steel tank. This is a bike you get on and cruise all day long in comfort. You'll never want more power. You'll never want more top end speed, and you're not going to be at a loss for stability on this because of the rake front end. This is designed to cruise all day, 80, 90, 100, 110. take it to the moon. This thing will probably, I haven't tapped it out, but I'll bet you this is a 130, 140 mile an hour bike if you have the balls to hold it wide open that long. So I'm just gonna check the spec sheet on here. It has some cool options. It has a bar mounted clock on it, the removable windshield, chrome upper and lower controls, chrome inner and outer primaries. Again, 96-inch S&S performance motor, Andrews Trans 6-speed transmission, 240 Metzler on the rear. Just chrome everywhere, braided stainless lines, twin shocks, Harley Davidson Softail style shocks, Softail swing arm. Just a beautiful piece. Why did Gary sell it? Well, he was 53. Why is Gary selling it? It's still under his name. This bike's registered till 2021. Gary can come pick it up and ride it anytime he wants. He bought a new full dresser. He's 65 years old. He wanted something better for long-term, long-distance riding, and he didn't want to have more than one bike, so he put his beauty up for sale here. I have the original bill of sale for the bike from Fat City Choppers. We can go over that, and I've got the title, and I've got the current registration until 2021.
And the build sheet with every spec.
Yep, and the build sheet from Fat City Choppers specing the motor. This is a Rowe, R-O-W-E, Softail frame. Again, it's a stretch 2-inch out on the front, 2 inches up higher, Softail rear end, 6-speed tranny, very rigid frame. It handles really nice. So if you're looking for a custom chopper, don't even think about trying to build one like this because it's going to cost you 3 times what you can buy this for. The reserve on this bike and the buy it now are well under a fraction of what it would cost to build it. Gary wants it sold. We're selling it on consignment. It's sold as is. So if you want to come take a look at it, obviously I demoed it. Clutch, transmission, everything works great. The only defects I found on the bike were the fairing actually scratched the paint job right here. This could easily be touched up by a local auto body or airbrusher, or you can just leave it alone. I wouldn't even try to buff it out. But there's a couple scratches on the top there, and there's a slight ding in the tank where the gas tank touched the triple clamp here. Also, the other thing is one of the bolts on the primary here, or the primary sprocket, or the rear sprocket is missing. It fell out, and when it fell out, it put a little nick in the swing in the caliper mount right here. You can see. So
which is merely cosmetic.
That's cosmetic. It's not going to change anything. It's like a scratch in the bolt. It's probably a $3 bolt. You're gonna have to tap and die the bolt hole. We can get that done before it leaves here if you want that done. It'd be time and material basis. I have a local machine shop that could do that. So not a big deal. If you've ever built a custom bike, if you try to buy a frame and an engine, you're gonna be really, unless you've done it a bunch. Johnny at Fat City Choppers, that's what they did during the era that choppers were really hot, 2007, 2000, that era. These bikes were selling like hotcakes, and Johnny was popping these out the door for $30,000 to $50,000, as many as he could build. He was a pro, and even having all the right tools and machine shop mechanics, it's not easy to do. If you think you're going to build one of these at home, don't even try it, okay? You're going to drive yourself batshit crazy. Buy one like this. If you want to change something on it, change it. Everything's together, it's running. Just the mock-up process to build one of these and put it together before you paint it is a ridiculous amount of work. And you got to take it apart and paint everything, so you got to build it twice, and it's a lot more work than you think. If you're a guy looking for a bike that you can ride more than just to the bar and back, that's custom. You want a bike that you can take up to Laconia, ride it around the lake, and come back a 5-6 hour ride. This is your bike, man. It's S&S motor. Parts are available for the motor, transmission, everything's available. And it doesn't need anything for the motor. The motor's like brand new. So if you have any questions about this classic Pro Street chopper, give us a call, 860-454-7024. We can ship this with our own private shipper anywhere in the East Coast for about $500 or less. West Coast, figure $750. Over to the UK, $750 to $1,000. Ship it anywhere you want. Don't worry about it. Or you want to leave it in the museum, fly to Bradley, come pick it up, meet us here. Go ahead. Look at the license plate. JT Doc. It's a PhD on this bike. Oh, hey, I almost forgot the paint job. Take a close look at the paint job, Kenny. This is a $7,000 custom paint job, and it has the human skeleton on it, which is pretty badass. I'm pretty sure this is a chick on the back here, a girl's skeleton. And then up here, this looks like a man's skeleton. It's much bigger. And look at the detail here. Have you gone in real close and showing the detailing on the tank? It's a metallic gold. There's a little bit of sunlight right here. Can you shine it in right there? It almost glows like an orange gold. It's very, very bright gold. And I don't know if the picture's doing it justice. Take a look at the skull on the artwork on the front fender. Just beautiful. Stunning piece. Everywhere you look, custom trickery. So, runs as good as it looks. If you have any questions about it, give us a call. Thanks for watching, and God bless America.